another episode on the streets. This one's kind of a little unexpected, but I'm always catching unexpected out there. Every time I think I got a handle on something, I get surprised. This is a guy who works for Wells Fargo Bank, and very much pro-Trump. That's what he's preaching. Anyway, it's a good little conversation. I like it, and again, I don't know how much influence this guy has in Wells Fargo. He's an investment banker, guides people on retirements and investments. But when I reach people like this who are a quasi on the inside, it's interesting to be able to turn them on to a few things that they didn't know. They're on the right track, but they don't quite know the complete depth of the corruption. This guy was real close, though. And he was a very nice family, and I got to speak to his kids who are gymnasts about how they feel about the gender policy where men are allowed to compete against them. So this is a good one. Again, I need about an extra $200 a month, folks, in order for me to make this move. And also, if you can, if anybody out there can go ahead and help me to boost my income up, it'd really be appreciated. So go buy something, please, or become a patron. Again, if everybody listening to these videos would just sign up on my Patreon and pledge to give a little bit each month, it would go a long way in helping me. I mean, if I've got 200 viewers that can chip in $5 a month, that would give me over the hump. That would help me out tremendously. It would relieve a great deal of pressure. So if you can, please afford $5 a month to help me to keep doing what I'm doing, please do it. It would be God sent. So thank you very much. So I don't want to keep you anymore. Let's get to this one. It's a good one. And remember, if you like it, you like it. If you care, you share. Subscribe. If you haven't already, subscribe again if you have, because they do bounce off my subscribers. And one of these days I'll get to 10,000. Who knows? Definitely throw a party that day. So here we go on the streets. And there's a get-out-of-jail-free card from Hillary Clinton.
No, we want her to
It's good for any. No, this is for you. This is in case but you have to identify yourself as Hillary. You got way too much class to do it. Give it to a liberal. They have no shame whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Now in the back, you got my YouTube channel, and I got a shop. You can get a lot of my designs and apparel.
Yeah.
They come with a trigger-back guarantee. If you do not trigger a liberal, you will get your money back.
Oh, I will trigger.
Pissed.
I will.
Pissed. It's Democrat, Republican, and pissed.
Yeah.
Demo-rat. I had one lady, she was during midterms, she had a sign with a demo-rat and an actual rat on there. Demo-rat.
Yeah, it's a good visual. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm into visuals.
Yeah.
I like it. So what do you do back home? What do you do?
Advisor for Wells Fargo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're all anti-Hillary.
Yeah.
Anti the progressive liberal party, we should say.
Indeed.
Right?
But so, advisor in what capacities? Obviously, Wells Fargo is one of the more powerful entities in our society because of money. A lot of it.
Yeah, a ton.
So, what do you advise? What do you?
Financial planning. People financially planning. The retirement money. They give me their.
I have something for you.
Yeah.
Might help. I don't know. Nothing else.
This helps a lot. I'm sending this to everybody. I know.
Thank you. Well,
Small
good.
business owner.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
I'll send it to you. You can send it.
I met a woman out here. Old black lady comes up, very intense. Started talking. I said, "Who the hell are you? You're brilliant." She goes, "I'm Professor Iris Mack, Harvard, MIT, Enron, recruited by Larry Summers to work on Wall Street." She stood here for an hour and gave a class to anybody that'd stop and listen, and how Obama screwed up the economy.
Good for her.
So, right.
Good for
So
her.
she starts my lifetime, right? I mean, brilliant. She lectures all over the place, teaches at Tulane, mathematician,
Talk
physics.
about socialism,
Right, I mean,
reaping
just
socialism.
came from a projects here and no affirmative action on her own merits.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what
worked her
makes
way
this
up.
country
Like I
great.
just said, I don't see the obstacles. I'm going straight ahead, right? Brilliant woman. When she was working for Summer, she, being the Christian that she was, blew the whistle on him for the derivatives fraud. They blackballed her. She came back and wrote a book, A Wall Street Bailout from Main Street, detailing the tricks they use in layman's terms for guys like me to make money, right, like they do. A Wall Street Bailout from Main Street came the #1 bestseller for wealth management. Still up there.
Yeah.
Check her out,
Yeah.
Professor Iris Mack.
Yeah, I will.
All right?
Yeah.
And in the meantime, put some of that bank money in any one of these
maybe put
deposits.
some money in there in defense of the children.
Okay.
Young man, he's out here in the front
I
lines.
know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love it.
But I'm having.
Yeah, we're out preaching to people, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Democratic Party is not a Democratic Party. It's a progressive, liberal, socialist party.
They're socialist Marxists
We are
now.
a capitalist society, democratic.
They're Marxists. They're out there actually preaching, and now they're out there screaming, "No borders, no walls, no USA at all." The group that's helping this caravan coming up is
Funded by liberal progressive George Soros.
It's
and all.
named Nations Without Borders. That's the name of the group.
Right there.
Yeah, honey, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're uncloaking.
Yeah.
They're uncloaking.
Yeah. And Trump has brought that narrative to the table.
Oh, yeah.
People now feel comfortable talking about it not being called a racist. We have a voice now.
Yeah, he's done a lot, but a lot more needs to be done.
Oh, yeah.
That needs to happen.
Yeah, that really does. What she did in Benghazi
Oh my God.
should be enough.
Those people died. It was awful.
We got 35 years of going back with this woman that we could,
it's scary.
That's where they made all their money off of
And
us.
here's the thing, when you have someone like Trump, now you have something to compare it to. You don't realize how dangerous they are till you compare it to this, and
We have
you
to have
go,
a leader now.
wow.
We have a leader.
It's scary what they were trying to do. That alternate state, that alternate government is real. Yeah.
What they mean?
need him to win again.
Look, Eisenhower in his farewell speech warned us about it. He called it the military-industrial complex and the technological elite forming a cabal and gaining unwanted power.
Yeah.
Kennedy, 10 days before they blew his head off, called them the shadow government. He says, and you can read this, it's called The Speech That Got Kennedy Killed. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful speech. And he goes in and he names them that there is a shadow government bigger than all other governments. They have their own armies, their own way of doing things. They're never held accountable for their things they do.
Right.
The mistakes are not exposed or not publicized.
Yeah.
And he just went on and on about this shadow government. 10 days later, they blew his head off.
He was trying to do the right thing.
So, and anybody that pays two cents of attention to what's going on, especially
We don't.
people
Americans, we make so much money, we forget what's important.
Yeah, but you being involved right there where the money is.
We are.
You know what the hell, because that's the engine.
Yeah. No, we are. We are front and center telling people, listen, you cannot vote for the Democratic Party. Let's just start with Obama. If you look at his birth certificate, prior to 1970, all birth certificates were, if you were black, it was black. If you were white, you were white. He was born in 1962. When he showed his birth certificate, it said African American. He doctored it. So I said, as a party, if you can't vet your own people, like you can't even vet. We had a non-citizen of minorities, which is okay, he's a minority, but he was a socialist minority non-citizen that they put on their ticket. So
if you get a
that's
chance,
my big thing.
even if you haven't watched this, watch this one. It's a documentary called Dreams from My Real Father. So play off of his book, okay?
His father's Kenyan, right? He was a Kenyan.
Oh, this gets deep. This is Dr. Jerome Corsi, a New York best-time seller, investigator, goes a long way back, right? Has a lot of awards. He did the investigation. Barack Hussein Obama.
Hussein, that's right. Hussein.
Right.
That's right. He changed his name before the elections. And why McCain didn't go after that, I have no idea.
I'm going to give you one.
All right.
Okay. That all belongs to the deep state. We've already mentioned it. They're all part of the deep state.
Yeah.
All of them. He came in and threw a wrench in that.
That's right. That's right.
Barack Hussein Obama's real father is Frank Marshall Davis. This is a story.
Yeah.
At the age
Is it a credible story?
Oh, yeah. This is documented, all
Has there been a
pictures,
blood test done?
everything. Even Obama's own words. His own words in his book. Right. When Obama's mother, at the time 16, family moved to Hawaii, she rebelled, as a lot of teenagers would back then, taking me away from my friends and all this stuff. Well, her father was a top CIA agent, worked in the CIA, right? So she rebelled. She started dating Frank Marshall Davis, who at the time was one of the top communists in the country.
He was African American.
Yes, he was also
So the Kenyan father is a cover-up.
right. So he's also a poet, a writer, a speaker, and a pornographer.
Oh, God.
So they got pictures of
They can't
Obama's mother posing for men's magazines and, nude on this couch in his apartment. He gets her pregnant. Now, the CIA father can't have his daughter marrying the top communist in the country. And if you see the pictures of Barack Obama and Frank Marshall Davis side by side, so
There's no denying it.
yeah. And so what they did, they knew Barack Hussein Obama Sr. was trying to get into Harvard, but didn't have the grades. So they approached him and said, look, we'll get you into Harvard, all right? And that's why he didn't stick around. 2 months later, he's gone, remember?
Yeah.
It was like, all right, thank you, out of here, right?
Yeah.
So it was, and you can see pictures of Obama on the same couch that his mother was pictured, in these compromising positions that were sold in men's magazines, as you can still see. And so he was completely made up out of CIA cloth. He was owned. In other words, he was basically sold to the CIA. So he was a CIA puppet from the very get-go. His entire history and makeup was designed to put him where he was at the time.
So they could use him like a puppet.
Yeah, he was preordained. Are you familiar with something called the Bilderberg Group?
No.
Look them up. They're very important to your business, too.
Yeah.
The Bilderberg Group is named from a group of the top 120 odd, give or take, of the most powerful Western magnets, mongrels, conglomerates in the world. They meet once a year for 4 to 6 days, secret locations, different every 4 years in North America, and that's where they sit. Nobody publicizes this, although NBC and CBS and everybody are in the inside.
Yeah.
They're there. They're part of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is who's going to be president over there. We're going to start a war over there. Those people over there, we'll throw them a bone. These people, this is how it's going to go.
Yeah.
You're going to be president this year. You're going to be Secretary of State. Then Hillary, you'll get your chance when he goes, right?
Yeah.
Well, he threw a wrench in the works in that.
That's right.
So it's called the Bilderberg Group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like it sounds.
Yeah, so someone like Obama would be perfect for the CIA because he believes in nothing, cares for nothing. They use him as a puppet, right?
Well, when the Bilderberg Group met, when they were running, right?
Yeah.
Right, against each other. The Bilderberg meeting, if you remember, this is what happened. Was meeting in right next to Washington, D.C., right? They disappeared for 4 days. Nobody could find out where they were. Where's Barack? Where's Clinton? The big mystery is, where are these guys? They were at the Bilderberg meeting. And that's when they said, you're going to be president. When he's done, we'll put you in, Hillary. And he came along and screwed that up. So Dr. Jerome Corsi's Dreams from My Real Father, watch this documentary. It is, and they go through the fake, forged birth certificate. I mean, why nobody, you can't find any witnesses of him being at Columbia. They said he went to college and his records are sealed.
Right.
This guy's a complete mystery. He's had 4 different names that we know of.
Right. It's scary. It's scary the party wouldn't allow that. So we take the high road. We tell people, you cannot vote for the Democratic Party. It's not Democrat.
No.
Right? It's progressive liberal. Stay away from it.
You got to watch some of the rhinos.
So people, you know what? I work in Atlanta, a very diverse group of people I work with. You know what I was shocked at? I had 2 gay lesbian ladies, right? And I said, I know you ladies voted for Hillary. They all know I voted for Trump. She goes, you know what? We were not voting for Trump, but we sure as hell were not voting for Hillary.
Yeah.
There's an undercurrent. African Americans are starting to realize the Democratic Party only cares about them during election time. There's an undercurrent going. Trump has brought that to the forefront. You can talk about it without being called a racist. It's changing. The dynamics change, especially midterms. Midterms prove that. He picked up 3 seats in the Senate. All right, yeah, they took the House, but most parties, right, the incoming president's party loses both the House and the Senate. There's a lot of momentum that's being. So when he runs, there's a good chance he's going to get reelected.
Look,
the undercurrent is there.
Unless, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you, right?
Yeah. Unless what?
How deep it goes.
Yeah.
If you don't already know this, there should have been election reform back in 2000 when that whole debacle happened, right?
Yeah.
Of course, things have only gotten worse. Why? The powers that be are still in control. I mean, we're not talking about the Bilderbergs and major corporations, Wells Fargo. Right?
Yeah.
These people are still in control. I mean, when I loved it, it was Sarah Sanders was asked by her father during the Hannity show just the other night. He was interviewing, and he goes, and he mentioned this. I think this leaked out, and they didn't want it to. Okay? Because there was a whole rigmarole about Acosta, that crap, right?
Oh, yeah, letting him get his...
Yeah, right. They were talking about that, and so Mr. Huckabee, or Governor Huckabee asked, well, who decides who's going to take up those 49 seats in that press room? How come we see the same people all the time? Why can't we see different, diverse people? I mean, who makes up the mind? And Starter, kind of like went, oh, you shouldn't have asked me that question.
Yeah, you don't want people digging too much.
Because that's where the control is. It's like, who lets those people, why are we always seeing the same one? Yeah. There are thousands of those. I mean, you cannot believe a damn thing you hear in the news anymore.
No, you can't.
So, that's again part of the misinformation program that keeps
everybody's aware of that now. Trump has brought that narrative to the table. Everybody's aware.
Well, it's exposing. It's certainly making more people aware, but there's a hardcore 20%.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you couldn't drive an ID in them with a sledgehammer.
That's
you couldn't do it.
That's right.
It's not happening.
Right.
They're completely programmed.
That's right.
Completely.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
I would listen to these 2 if I were you.
Oh, they do. How do you vote? How do you vote?
Republican.
How do you vote? There you go. I've done my job.
And you guys are like still in school. What do you? No, you can't be. You just said you voted.
You want to?
No, they didn't. No,
you're
17 almost.
You're 17.
Yeah, next time
So you're still in school.
Yeah, high seniors.
You want to know why they vote Republican? These are 2 gymnasts right here, right?
Yes.
They're very competitive.
Yeah.
They used to get 8.5s, 9.5s, and I said, you want to know what the difference between a Republican and a Democrat is? They go, what? You just worked hard to get that 9.5. You see that person over there that got that 7.5? According to a Democrat, you guys should all be the same. So you should forego your 9.5, your first place trophy, and everybody should get a first place.
Plus, I want to ask the 2 of you this question.
Yeah.
Come here. I want to say something. You've seen this whole gender thing going on where guys that are going, I'm a girl. I'm a girl. Winning trophies, getting first place.
Yeah.
You work hard.
I know.
You work hard
to
achieve the best you can. How would you like it if I came in and said, I'm going to go, if I was in shape, of course, and a younger man, I'm going to compete against you. How would you feel about that if I took that trophy away from you?
Annoyed. Mad.
how this is goofy, this whole gender stupid thing. In my day, when people used to say, you know, I'm this or that or the other, I'm Napoleon, men had come along in white coats with a jacket, and they take those people away.
I know.
That, you know, really, they'd say, look, let's talk. We get some baskets for you to weave over here. You know, now they take those people and they run them for office.
I know. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
She's in a private Christian school. She's homeschooled. They don't see the elements.
Wonderful.
Of public school.
You got several things going for you. Hey, it's been a pleasure talking.
Yeah, nice talk. What was your name?
Badass Uncle Sam.
Badass Uncle Sam.
Yeah, Mike DeBarry. It's on the back of that card. Go check it out.
All right, thank
Here, you guys will be on the YouTube channel. That's for sure. There you go. Here you go, young lady.
Thank you.
All right.